So let's talk about the fact that police have lost a lot of faith in higher ups within the administration. Can you speak to how you can raise morale with the sheriff department if you're elected?
Yes, it's all about fellowship and getting to know your employees. No one is better than the other employee. I will be hands on. You will see me out here in the street actually enforcing the laws of the land, towing cars, arresting people. You will see that. You will see me behind counter detention at 2 o'clock in the morning, working in the community.
Yeah, man. That's
So officers can know.
so sad.
So what's my incentive for going to the police
Crazy
academy?
part, I left him not even 10 minutes before he had an accident.
I'm a stack people guy. I believe in where you have
Hit a curve too fast and the truck flipped.
I police on the principle of the broken window theory.
He had the speakers and equipment and stuff on the back, so I don't know if that had a factor with it.
You are really, yeah, he taking college and that's why he looks so youthful.
No, I'm just saying, he's talking what people want to hear.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm a family member of a victim. My brother was gunned down and killed on June the 9th, 2017 on Baby Avenue. We have no answers.
Well, you're not
We,
going to.
we can't even get people to answer the phone.
Not to speak too much on the Jackson Police Department, because I'm not at liberty to say due to the policy and procedures.
Right.
At the Jackson Police Department, so if you want to
Well-
get into a detail, you want to call Sam Brown. But I will say.
The DJ. Hey, the DJ.
Let me say this, and I'm serious.
Come on, Brandon Cassidy. Tell us what you were trying to say.
Major investigation begins work on. If you give me that name, I will look into that as well and give you some answers. But some investigations are not done overnight. It takes a period of time. But in some cases, you can you're a man right then and there. So I encourage people to be patient and keep calling. Investigators in the court all the time. We're constantly on the phone. Filing charges, so we all over the place. So I encourage you all to keep calling and just kind of have some patience with it. But for the most part, at the sheriff's office, I'm a firm believer if you're going to be driving a vehicle, you're going to have to possess a valid driver's license.
Oh, yeah.
So that's one of the things. It's going to be mandatory assignment at the sheriff's department. We're going to have standards.
Can I stop you right there? Are you saying that there are people driving around who don't have a valid
I'm telling you,
driver's
it's about people just driving around that didn't have a license, never took the test. And that goes hand in hand with crime. Those are those preventive measures that I was talking about.
It's probably some of the people that run the light when you're sitting there waiting.
I know, I thought he was talking about deputies for a minute.
Well, they don't have tags.
No.
Maybe some of the deputies, they don't
Well,
believe.
we have to possess a valid driver's license.
Yeah, that's why I was confused. I'm like, wait a minute.
We're talking about the criminal element.
They probably can't afford a bag.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry.
It's like they had a moment of silence after that. Go ahead, Mr. Cassidy. Keep talking.
So those are mandatory assignments that we
Try to help him out.
Here at the sheriff's office. Just like as you are on Caroline Road, there is some stuff you for driving with one headlight or no tail light or improper lane changes. Those are measures that are in place that keep the criminal element out of the vehicle. And that's what we're going to do at the sheriff's office. We're going to have standards. We're going to police on the principles of the broken window theory to give everybody in Hines County peace of mind.
A broken window theory.
The broken window theory. We're going to be hard on the smaller things.
Oh.
I think that's a great concept.
Yes, it really
A
is.
lot of times y'all just out here harassing people, but they're not a lot of people that way.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's a great,
That's
procedure, roadblocks, things of that nature. Because if you legit,
Yeah.
you don't have no problem with it. You just, hold up your insurance, your driver's license, and you keep moving. It's not a search and seizure kind of thing. You know what I mean?
That's it. And that's just like driving one headlight. We may stop you. You have a better driver license proof and show, hey, we're just giving you a courtesy stop to inform you that your headlight went out.
Yeah.
They're taken care of.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah.
It's to actually have a dialogue with the driver and see who's actually affiliated with their vehicle. And small things lead to bigger things.
Right.
And that's the purpose of it.
But you know what?
Drive around with a headlight and not know your headlight is
Oh yeah.
Especially if you on, you know, in the city.
Mm-hmm. And if you drive an expensive car, you know your headlight out, you know you can't afford to put one back in.
Right. So until you take the driver's license, if you driving without a driver's license, I'm gonna tell you to go ahead and get driver's license before November 2nd.
Courtney, go get your license.
If you have suspended driver's license,
Wait a minute, I'm sorry, we gotta just pause for 1 second. Did you say Courtney?
Yeah.
Boss Diva.
Well, no, see, you know
Quit
her birthday.
snitching. Hey,
You gotta renew.
quit
She gotta
snitching.
renew. She gotta renew.
I'm finna go pick up.
So before Brandon get in office, I don't want to have to have him call me.
I was finna go pick up Courtney right now.
Yeah. I ain't gonna get
We
mad.
gonna
I
go
ain't
to the driver license place, then we're gonna go to the boutique. Cause I need some clothes. I'm sorry, go ahead, continue, carry on.
we have empathy for people. If you drive with a suspended license, you will have to call somebody with a valid driver's license to drive you away. Now, we won't be fair but firm, but you are going to be expected to have a valid driver's license. One of the mandatory
But
signs.
see, that's really being nice, cause like in places like Georgia and Clayton County, Clayton,
You go to jail.
you go to jail.
Yeah. You really gonna take it right there. No question.
But your car be towed.
You know, they go to jail. They go to jail.
In Chicago, you and your car go to
They
jail.
go to jail.
Yeah.
You know, they don't even play right.
You have to recognize the signs before things happen as in relation to policing. For example, guys hanging around the convenience store. That's a disaster waiting to happen.
Yeah.
So if you drive by and not say anything to them, so eventually some females gonna have their first snap, a car gets stolen, a business gonna end up getting robbed.
Yeah, one become two.
Let's be fair, Mr. Caston, some men can have their purses snatched too.
Correct. So we are dealing with those issues and those things that we need to jump on before disaster happens. Like they say, warning before destruction.
Right.
Those are the warning signs that we need to be big on to prevent crime, violent crimes, and nonviolent violence here in Hines County.
So you said you police in Terry as well, correct? So oftentimes when we're talking about the sheriff's race, most people will turn their attention to the city of Jackson as it pertains to crime. But people in the rural areas are sick and tired of y'all focusing on Jackson. Tell us what you're gonna do for the rural areas.
Oh, I'm gonna do a lot of things. We're gonna keep patrolling. A lot of rural areas deal with certain crimes, but they don't deal with the violent crimes that the Jackson's dealing with. So we have to concentrate here in the capital city to prevent crime from spreading through those rural areas. So what you'll start seeing is people in Jackson start branching off, like Clinton start having problems with crime. Terry might have some issues. Even our surrounding counties are having issues to where they coming back in the capital city. So we need to change our tactics as a police agency and enforce the laws of the land.
You know, speaking of which, I noticed last week there was a homicide here in Jackson.
Mhm.
And the guy ran to Highland Park, trailer park in Pearl.
Mhm.
And was apprehended that afternoon.
Mhm.
They ain't going in Rankin County.
I don't even know why you ran there, no way.
You know,
In a place like home.
you know, just effective police. That was a good example of effective police. That
Yes.
was a good collaborative effort where you had counties working together to apprehend this suspect.
Correct.
He was right off the street.
And that's what it's gonna take. It's gonna take that collective effort to fight crime.
Yeah, but I want y'all to do the same thing with the folks that
Oh,
in
yeah.
Hines County.
So, in
This
closing,
is me, Frank. This is me.
tell the people in closing why they should vote for you, how they can get in contact with you.
You can get in contact with me via Facebook, Caston for Sheriff, or Brandon Caston, and also at www.caston4sheriff.com, or you can call me directly at 601-540-3021.
Okay.
Hines County, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get out of here. We cannot continue to send the sheep out the wolf. It takes a wolf to catch a wolf. Hines County, I'm that wolf. On November the 2nd, hope Brandon Caston, your next Hines County Sheriff.
And like I said, you heard this young man talk, and if you feel he's right for the position, cast your vote.
Absolutely.
Cast your
If
vote.
they have more questions, call them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Next week, we need everybody everybody to go out and vote.
Yes.
November the 2nd, there should be a line like we give away Johnny cheese.
Mm-hmm.
That should
Or,
Like the water.
well, maybe we should have the cheese there.
Well, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I need to have some fish.
That's some cheese.
Wait, didn't they make
Some
that
water.
thing? We can't give
It's
it to
illegal. It's illegal. But yeah, we ready. People ready.
So we donate water to the voters. If they come in, we give them a case of water. That's illegal too.
We'll do some research.
None of
You
them.
guys heard it. You guys heard it here.
It don't matter. Let's get up out there.
That's it.
That's it, Brandon Cassidy Sheriff. When you go cast your ballot, my name is first for a reason.
Okay.
Cause you're number one.
Hey,
I'm number one.
Hey,
tell him to give his phone number.
wait a minute.
Tell him to give his phone number.
Your website, your phone number, somebody's calling.
My website is www.castingforsheriff.com, and my phone number is 601-540-3021.
Say it again.
That's 601-540-3021, and it's castingforsheriff.com. Or go on Facebook and follow me at Brandon Casting, or Casting for Sheriff on Facebook, and as well as Instagram.
And good luck to you, Brandon, and I hope things work out for you.
Thank you.
You know, even after the election, we invite everybody to come back on that Wednesday. You know, cause you know you got, you know, you're still young now. You can, you know, so come on back and just hang out with us next Wednesday.
I will do.
All right.
And I
And
appreciate
it's
you.
only 39 sounds. Remember what Martin Luther King and Malcolm X accomplished by that age.
And Malcolm X, yeah. So
Do
you,
your research on it.
oh yeah.
He said, Google me.
Google me. Bobby Rush told me that yesterday. I said, Bobby, I need you to send me a bio. Bobby said, Google me, I'm a legend.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Bobby, quit acting like that. We have our election commissioner in the house. I just want to know if he brought the rest of my money from his. Is she the president now? What is she?
Oh, do they have president of the election commission board, the chair?
I am here.
You are the
So
chair.
petty.
Well, did you bring the rest of my money from
Did you hear what he
him?
said about? I am the
From your chairperson.
You know my son always played for him.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
Who that?
I just asked the question. Okay. Good morning, my friend. How are you? I'm good. Good to see you. So why are you here?
I'm here
Something, he got a promotion doing something.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah,
It is this coming Saturday, October the 30th, from 8
Okay.
o'clock to 12 o'clock noon. Continue
Yo,
to
take
vote
care,
after
man.
that.
All right.
You go down to the courthouse, in the circuit clerk's office in Jackson. You go down to the courthouse in Raymond, Mississippi, and you can vote absentee ballots from this day forward as of September the 20th. The last day to vote absentee ballot will be this coming Saturday, October the 30th, from 8 o'clock a.m. to 12 o'clock p.m.
Okay. Now we know we got a big election coming up on Tuesday, Commissioner. How do you think it's gonna? I mean, how is it gonna work? Is all of you all gonna be down there? Everybody gonna be down there watching the ballots and making
ma'am.
sure?
Yes, ma'am. Things are going to go as it has been in the past.
No, it can't go as it has been in the
I
past.
mean, as far as the election
Uh-huh.
is concerned. As far as the election
Well,
is concerned.
see, you might need
As far
some.
as the ballots getting out, as far as the precincts, the managers, the machines, all this has to be done and delivered to the precincts and so that the voters can come in in Cayuga or either in Jackson or down in Learned or Utica or Pocahontas or Brownsville, you know, or over in North Jackson, Midtown, South Jackson. We have 108 precincts in Harris County. The largest voting district or county in the state of Mississippi.
So some of the problems in the past, people have had a lot of problems with their absentee or mail-in ballots. Tell people what they can do to avoid the issue with the mail-in ballots.
So, avoid issue with the mail-in ballot. In terms of mail-in ballot, you get an absentee ballot. You have to be with permanently disabled. That means that your doctor would fill out a form to you, and you can send it in to the circuit clerk's office. The circuit clerk is the office that's responsible for voter application. They fill out the application. The election commissioner, we make the changes in terms of the voter roll, and we are responsible for two types of elections, and that is the special election like we're having now because of resignations from on the judge seat, resignations from constable seat in District 5, and we have, of course, the death of our illustrious sheriff, Mr. Lee Vance.
Absolutely. So is there any advice you can give people to reduce their time in the lines, to make sure that they're actually going
We have
to
to
the right
get lines to reduce the line.
to make sure that they're going to the right voting precinct? Because I know there have been some changes, and some people may have even been purged from the record. What can they do
I was purged 1 year.
before
And he
their
helped me.
time?
Remember that year I was purged?
Now, the 3 or 4 questions I will try to not necessarily, I will try to answer them in order, but not necessarily. As far as registering and re-registering, sometimes people move to Chicago, Detroit, or whatever, they go in a year or 2, and they come back and they move back in the same area, or they move in a different area. But each time you leave the county or the state, you have to come back and re-register, you know. Now, to say I'm back, and I'm in district, I'm in North Jackson now rather than in South Jackson. So when you do that, that means that you are clearing up yourself and you're setting yourself up to be successfully counted when you come back in. Now, if you go back to the same precinct, or you go to a different precinct, for instance, you go to precinct 1, you voted in precinct 5 last year, year before last, you moved to precinct 1, and you go to precinct 1 and you write your address is the same as you would in the last precinct. Now, you won't be denied the opportunity to vote because, you know, we won't disenfranchise you. We won't let you. If you insist on voting there, with the mail cert, you can vote here, but we got the machine, we got the technology to say, well, you are still registered in District 5.
Right.
So, but now I want to go here in District 1 and move here. Now, if you move there the night before the election, and put the right information, you know, they're going to give you an absentee ballot because what? They can't find your name on either purged or inactive.
Right.
So they can't find your name on the book, but they're going to give you what we call an absentee ballot. Fill that out. You put the correct information in that coincides with that particular precinct, and you won't put your ballot through the machine at that particular time.
Right.
Put in the affidavit ballot, then we count it when we get back. Then they say, well, ma'am or sir, you know, a manager has to sign off on it, and the voter has to sign off on it. Now, if the voter doesn't sign off on it, the manager doesn't sign off, it doesn't get counted by state law. Okay, now, so let's just say everything went well on the affidavit, you know, process. The affidavit is an instrument that says that you know, you're swearing that you're given under oath that you live here and you got this information, everything is correct. So you put it in the ballot box. In the ballot box, not the voting machine that counts the vote. And when we get downtown the day after, so we start working on the affidavits, everything checked out, your vote counts. Okay? Because what we do then is what our job is, we'll go and change your old voting registration information on the poll book to the new one. Because the affidavit verifies that you are who you are, who you say you are, and you live where you say you live. Yes, and that way we can actually, you know, change over from District 5 to District 1 or District 1 to District 5. You know. But if you go there and put the same information on in District 5 that you live in District 1, you know, it's not going to count. And we'll give you a little piece of paperwork saying, ma'am or sir, you can call down to the election commission after, you know, after you vote, and we get everything done. We have to go through the machine and check everything out. And that to find out whether your vote counted or not.
Excuse me, Election Commissioner. Isaac,
We're gonna take a quick station ID break. If you listeners will please stay tuned. We'll be right back with you.
Jackson 90.1 FM, serving Central Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, and Arkansas.
Alright, you back?
Conversation.
You back?
And went back to my cousin Gloria and family in Chicago. I'll be there to eat some of that turkey on Thanksgiving. To my grandbaby. You know, I'm still praying for my grandbaby. He still has some problems. But we're still praying for him, and he's turning out to be a big old fine boy. So grandma will be home to eat Thanksgiving dinner with you too.
So I ain't gonna get to come to your house this year and get nothing off your.
No, I'll be in Chicago, baby.
Man,
And my
don't make me cook yet.
and my little cousin is taking me to the cocktails and kitchen for my birthday.
You like cocktails?
I think my little cousin knows who Mina. Yeah, me and Mina.
You know, I have a question for the election commission. You know, a lot of people have this question. The night, to say, is night of the election. 7 o'clock, the polls close. Officially closed. And results start coming in. How do they determine a winner so fast?
Well, you know.
And votes are still out.
Well, it's estimation based on what's coming in. You know, we bring them in and we record the vote. We have people there that can actually put it on the screen. But now, let me say this: you say determining winner. It is nothing. It's a estimate, or it's a guess at that point. Let's just say we have 108 counties. Precincts. All 108 precincts are reported in by 8, 9, or 10, or whatnot. And but these votes that we're counting at night are not official. It won't be official until the election commissioner certifies the election, and we have 10 days to actually certify the election. So once they're certified and sent to the Secretary of State's office, and the Secretary of State signs off on it, that's when it's certified. Now, AP, the news media, the local TV stations say that we predict now we're going to call this one based on the vote, based on the 50.1% of the vote. Now, these are our estimates. Remember I talked about the affidavit ballot too. The election night, the affidavit ballots are not even counted.
Correct.
You see what I mean? So therefore, it's based on the preponderance of the amount. If I'm leading you by 15,000 votes, you know,
Right.
I mean, you know, it's unofficial, but if all the precincts are counted in and all of the absentee votes will be counted also. So all of those votes, when you add them all in together, and we got, like I said, 10 days to certify the election. Once the election commission signs off on it, we send what they call a recapitulation sheet to the Secretary of State's office. Yes, it has all of the votes that each candidate got in each voting precinct. We got 13 people running for sheriff.